Does anybody have an idea for a topic they would like on some kind of presentation or something?
If you want to do a presentation, you'll have to talk to Geo, friend. And I don't think he's here right now. So,
I already spoke with him. I'm just
oh,
hearing from y'all what y'all would like to hear about.
well, we're happy to have any presentation. But like I said, you're gonna have to organise that. If you've got a topic you want to speak about, you can feel free to speak about it if you like.
What's crazy? They beg us for models. We give one, and they hate it, dude. Oh my god, they freaking hate it. And then when you look into the math and you for their model and their math and try and point out, oh my god, they hate it so much, dude. They can't stand it. It drives them nuts.
Well, I don't know too much about angular relationships, but if anybody knows like exactly how Alberoni measured the Earth, I'd like to hear about it. I know that he did. I think he used an astrolabe, right? He measured the height of a mountain and then measured the horizon. I would assume he'd have to take an average of that horizon. Is
Baroni, you said?
NASA? Is he left? Oh, he's left. I think he's left.
SE Montreal, you have any topic ideas?
Actually, Daryl, I was interested to hear what your presentation is about.
Well, I don't have anything set yet. That's why I was asking y'all what y'all would like to hear about.
Didn't you just say you had a presentation that you wanted to do eventually?
Yes.
Okay, so what do you mind saying what the topic would be on that presentation?
In other words, that's what I'm doing now, seeing what topic y'all would like it to be on.
Oh, I get it. You're polling us for us to tell you what subject we want you to talk about? Is that it?
Exactly. Like in physics or astronomy or cosmology or anything like that.
Okay. Wow. I guess let me think on it.
I got one. What's the consequence of a 35,000 mile an hour change in speed in 20 minutes? Or we'll say 30 minutes. Make it better.
Again, Brian, again, really.
That's something, that's what they're all saying, the question that he asked several times.
Improper motion or normal force or coordinate freaking they think just words answer all their questions. They rename it to specific gravity or it's like
Do you mean,
use the word real life.
do you
They
mean
get
about the
mixed up with the model.
ISS, Brian? Is that what you're talking about?
I'm talking about everything like specific gravity. Like so actual gravity and what we see in real life we'll call specific gravity and we'll compare it to the medium or the normal force. The force that we really see,
It,
we'll call that the normal force. And then
is it terms?
proper motion.
Is it? I don't know. Is it terms and definitions you're talking about?
Well, when it doesn't come to your model, we name it proper, normal, specific. When it comes to your model, then something different.
No, it's consistent.
I got a topic for you, Daryl.
Oh, okay.
It all depends if you know anything about the subject. Do you know anything about the so-called James Webb Space Telescope's findings? Do you know anything about that?
I took a galaxies and cosmology class in the spring, and that's actually one of the things that my professors of that class was really versed in. So we covered it a bit. Can't say I'm an expert, but I'm willing to look into whatever the topic discussion is. So you would want the discoveries of the James Webb Telescope?
Partially that, and well, the combination of the said findings of of the new Big Bang related cosmological findings, the James Webb being the main thing that they used, yes. In other words, early black hole formation, early galaxy formation. Are you versed in that?
But we did cover that in that class I was telling you about. So uh, I've gotten an intro to it, but I wouldn't mind looking into it a bit more detail.
Well, there you go. You have my suggestion.
Thank you.
I just posted an interesting video in the general chat. The Great Wall of Tartaria. Who built this bloody wall?
Don't start that, Andy. Damn.
I just incidentally, I think it was the Ming Dynasty about 400 years ago. That's what I think, but it could be wrong.
I have a topic people can research. If a mechanical gyroscope without pendulous vanes would follow the curvature of the Earth and show it, then why can't we just do it? I have one on order. So if I can measure out a horizontal plane and take the pendulous gyroscope and go over that plane and it doesn't precess at all, doesn't show any curvature, any angle change, and then I can go over a known angle change like a hill or whatever and it shows it, why wouldn't it measure Earth curve? And if so, at what distance would I have to travel over water for it to show an angle change? Good luck on that.
There's another one for you, Daryl.
That was a good one.
Also, I
Could you
have
be more
another one.
specific, Rocky?
Oh, go ahead, Leslie.
Yeah, I'll be very specific. You spin up a pendulous gyroscope and it holds this rigidity in space, and you go over a hill up or down, it's going to show an angle change. If you go over a horizontal plane, you spin it up, it's not going to show angle change. So if you go over water, which I will theorize that it's a horizontal plane, not curving up or down, that gyroscope is going to remain constant. It's not going to show an angle change.
So you're talking about an attitude indicator on an aircraft with pendulous vanes?
Oh my God. You said the opposite thing that I said. I'm talking about a mechanical gyroscope without pendulous vanes.
Oh my God, I'm sorry. Misunderstood. Go ahead.
It's like a misunderstanding every time you listen to something I say. Like, you said the exact opposite. It's not a misunderstanding. I never mentioned airplanes. I actually mentioned, but anyway, mechanical gyroscope. Yeah, mechanical gyroscope. If it precesses when I go over hills, like down angle changes, if it shows that, and it doesn't show that when I'm traveling over water, what says you?
I would say you would need to travel at least 70 miles to get the 1 degree that you would be looking for. And if you travel that 70 miles over water and it did not show that angle change, yeah, that would be interesting.
And did you say you had another topic as well, Leslie?
Oh yeah, absolutely. Kind of like almost what Rakia was saying, but in a kind of different way. Your model has water curving, right? So maybe you can do like an in-depth thing on how and where, at what distance, and how to measure it. Rakia's been asking that for a while, so maybe you'd want to include that in there. How, where, and with what can we measure the curve of the said water of your Earth?
Okay. In other words, you're saying measure the curvature of the Earth, like via the oceans, like measuring the curvature of the oceans as the planet curves.
Correct.
Or a local lake that's more static than an ocean.
Any body of water. Yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely not an ocean, right? Because the water can be choppy, right? Let's get that straight. A body, like, yeah, a lake or a canal or anything like that.
All good topics, all good topics. Hey, Montreal.
Yo,
That topic of the James Webb cosmology is too far outside of my current studies to have it ready anytime soon. Just in case that you have a different topic that I might be able to get worked out in a shorter time frame.
I hear you. It's kind of tough, that one, huh? Yeah. Well, we did give you other suggestions, right? I don't remember the other ones, but
Oh, but there was the Windy Water, but I posted a link for that one. I think that one is taken care of. The cosmology one was the only other one that stuck out, but as I started looking at all of it, it'll be a while. But I can still focus on that one. But I was like thinking about something I could do in like a week or two. But I'm going to be a few months on the cosmology thing. So
so you say you licked the bending water? That's done. You how did you what? I mean, you
you
showed
remember the
bendy
link?
water?
Remember the link I posted from main surveyor?
Oh, if you mention that name here, you're going to get a lot of kickback. So you're saying you're convinced that the main surveyor measured curving water? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, I could find the link again if you don't remember it or what have you.
Can you
Yeah,
give us a little rundown on how he did it?
I'm sure he used what the Adelaide or something like that. Whatever survey equipment. You can look it up as a debate he did with Whitsitt, ironically. He showed his measurements with his surveying techniques. So let's see if they've captured that well enough. I can't say that's such a great interest of mine. So I would rather just focus on the cosmology thing than focus on that. It's already been done. I mean,
Well, fair
everything.
enough if you don't want to focus on it, but just know that that's not by any means a resolved issue here. As a matter of fact, it's the opposite when it comes to him because it's not really convincing. Well, no one in here is really convinced of that he measured curving water.
Yeah, I could respect that. Nobody here agrees. Yeah, that's fine.
Okay, fair enough. I'm looking forward to your analysis of the cosmological model.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
So like I said, it'll probably be a few months, but I'll get it taken
Just
care of.
just out of curiosity, what was that main surveyor observation? I know he did a reciprocal zenith angle, but what else did he do?
Oh man, he did. If I remember right, he did several like plus. I could just get the link. Give me a moment here. I don't remember where he was at, but he just did several measurements with his satellite equipment over like from I guess from it's not really an island, but you can almost say one island to another. I guess you could say. Let's see here.
But you seem to be certain of what like the outcome was, but you're not really sure of what he did. That's kind of A little weird, but okay. I mean, if you don't remember,
He did. He shot across the, basically measured a one really high object to another. He got that measurement of 16 arc, about 1,000. You shouldn't have it.
Breaking up really bad.
You shouldn't have that much drop.
Is everybody hearing every few words I know?
Me?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I said we all know what he did. He measured across a distance, about a quarter mile or so, and he measured about a 16-second drop of an equally tall object based on level from the first station to the other station. And that showed the curvature of the.
Were you already aware of what he did, SC Montreal?
most of us here are aware of the thing that he did. Yeah, I forget
So-
exactly the details, to be honest with you, but yeah.
I could post a data if you'd like. Handling set up.
Well, what was wrong with that observation, though? Why don't you accept it?
The theodolite observation?
Yeah.
Chat there.
Let's go over the distances again so everybody can know what he's talking about. Let's go over this specific thing, that the distances. Since you brought it up, Daryl, would you care to give us the
I think it was 1,200 feet. I think it was a distance there.
The details, SC. The link is in the chat right there if anybody wants to see the details. I don't think I even memorized the details to start with. I just looked at his what he did.
No, because you brought it up as this is something that convinced you of the curvature, and you wanted to let it go and concentrate on something else. So I was just curious, like what convinced you so much?
I don't really think it's complicated. The guy measured that there's a drop, this curvature. It seems pretty straightforward.
So visual, he looked through a theodolite at a distance, and he saw a drop, and that means drop equals curvature of Earth for you.
So I mean that's a general idea, yeah.
Okay, have you heard of rise over run?
Yeah, fertilize over run.
So couldn't you just consider that that's a drop from where you started off?
No, because he's looking at it from level. If you're looking level out, straight line, everything in your field of same height as you over a distance will always be at level if the ground is flat beneath you. If it curves away, then you'll see a drop. It won't if it's not level. Or if it's not
Yeah,
flat,
but the measurement was line of sight, right? You took a straight line measurement, I would imagine, to
straight line to an object that is actually the height above the surface.
So you got a drop then. When you did the measurement, you got a drop, not a curve, right?
There's a drop, yes. In order to get a drop, though, you'd have to have a curve away from you.
Well, if each
really?
point is the same elevation above the water, and one's looking at the other, and it's below that horizontal, there's something going on there besides that elevation.
Right. Does that equal curve? Does that equal curve? Okay. All right. I just wanted to make sure. So a drop in elevation equals curve to you guys. Okay. Duly noted.
That particular setup was set up vertical. So you have a vertical. So let's say it's on an incline. Well, then the opposing post would not be vertical. It'd be pointing away from you.
But no, elevation, there was not a drop in elevation. I just said there wasn't a drop in elevation because they were equal elevation above the water.
Right.
One appeared to be below the other.
That's why I was being a little bit coy about my response. But yeah, he knows we're across water. Water should be level, and it is level across it. We're looking at it from a level vertical post, which is, say, 5 feet above the ground. We're looking at another post 5 feet above the ground. If we're looking across water, which is going to be level, and we're looking level, which is horizontal, starting perpendicular to plumb, and we look at another object the exact same height above the surface, same elevation, which is also the same height above the surface. If we look at the theodolite level and it's below the or above the actual post, and the post is below that level, we know that there's a drop. That drop could only be due to one possibility. That is that either the optics has caused something to bend, or the surface that it's on, which is level the entire way over to that other object, is curved. Now, if you think it's curved light, then you can change the circumstance. You can do reciprocal zenith angle to some object on top of a hill several miles away, where you're looking up
Gotcha.
through
You
the
know what?
atmosphere.
Hold on, Zanik. I know you're going to keep going. I'm glad Rakia is here because he's been asking, and so have I, for a long time for the method. So, would you care to give that method? Say that method again of how, Daryl, of how we can measure the curvature of the Earth, please.
The guy used that there's a curvature to the Earth.
You kind of broke up there. So you're saying use whose method again? Did we say what's his name? I always forget his name.
A main surveyor. He used his surveying equipment to measure that there is a curvature to the Earth.
The main surveyor. Rakia, are you there? I hope Rakia is able to talk as he remembers this better than I do. I guess not. Well, we'll wait another time for this, Daryl, because Rakia could explain it way better than I can, because he does this for a living.
Awesome.
The technique is really super simple. I don't know how hard it is to explain it, but I kind of already did. 2 posts, same height. Clear, distance across water. Clear, theodolite, establishing level from one post to the other. One falls below. That's how simple it is.
And that means Earth curve.
Yes, because we have a level surface beneath us. Not flat,
Yeah,
but level.
what is okay, explain to Daryl what level means to you.
Level is an
not
orientation. Level is an orientation perpendicular to plumb. So wherever I am on any surface, if I drop a plumb line and I establish a horizontal perpendicular to that plumb, that orientation out into the distance is level.
So if we extend level out into the distance, in your model, it comes right around back and hits you, right? It makes a circle, right? That's how you envision level in your model?
No, you said
No.
2 different things. The level is an orientation. It establishes a horizontal at that point. 90 degrees 90 degrees in opposition to the vertical. Now, it doesn't mean that line, that's why I made sure I said horizontal at that point too. Horizontal level at that point, and only at that point. It goes off into the distance. It doesn't curve. It's a horizontal. That horizontal line will hit another post, the exact same height, above it. It's really simple.
But if you continue that, what happens if you continue that horizontal line? What happens?
It goes off into space, continuing to rise above.
Level? Okay, how about level then? How about level? Let's say you continue. Let's say you get a spirit level, right?
Mm-hmm.
From Home Depot. You put one next to each other, right? What happens to that eventually? If you continue that line, what happens to that?
The line will depart from the surface.
And do what?
The line.
Level.
You said you had a spirit level.
Are you sure? In
your
model?
Yes.
So you're saying level in your model does not make a circle like everybody else here in this room. Are you guys hearing this?
Well, no, there's 2.
Level is horizontal according to...
Hold on. The horizontal established to be level at one point. It is a tangent. The tangent is straight. It's the horizontal.
So now you're changing
it. Doesn't mean... Now, if you want... Now, hold on. I didn't. Hold on. A level line that maybe is parallel to the surface of a sphere or parallel to the surface of water on a sphere, that will be curved. The level line will... Level means a orientation perpendicular to plumb, and that level line can be a horizontal, which is straight, which doesn't follow the curve. So you have to be very careful about your wording because they have meaning. and I'm using them very deliberately. Level line, or level being an orientation perpendicular to plumb, aka the
Your
horizontal.
wordsmithing ain't gonna help you here.
Well, I'm not working. I'm really being very deliberate in my
Is
definition.
level and horizontal the same thing?
No.
Okay. Explain us the difference, please.
I thought I just did. I'll do it one more
No,
time.
you didn't. You just said a whole bunch of things.
Level,
in very clear terms.
level.
Yeah.
Okay. Level is an orientation. Orientation perpendicular to plumb. Level.
Where? At only one point.
At one point.
Did everybody hear that? Level is only at one point, according to Zanuck on his
Correct.
model. I hope
Now,
Daryl, you
if you're
heard
flat
that, right?
or whatever the surface can be flat or could be round. If I have a flat surface and I have that level orientation perpendicular to plumb, and I connect it to another level point perpendicular to plumb, they will be not only in parallel, they will be the same line. If the height above the surface was the same.
Okay, let me ask you a question now. So
go ahead.
Hold on, Zanuck. You can't just keep going on, bro.
No, I'll stop when you tell me to.
Well, you don't have to stop when I tell you. Just, make a statement and let me respond, bro. So here's the question, right? You're saying level is perpendicular, level is just at one point, correct?
Correct. Level is orientation perpendicular to.
Okay. The question is this. If you trace all those points, right? What do they make in your model? All those level points, single points. What do they make in your model?
They make a curve.
A circle, right? They make a circle.
Correct.
Okay, thank you. I had to go through all that to get them to say that. So in their model, level is a circle, a series of points that, when connected, make a circle.
Level is curved.
There you go. We finally said
it's in every surveying manual. In that exact same statement, I've posted it many times too. These are authorized textbooks from many universities. All say level is curved.
Thank you, Daryl. Do you agree with that? I'm just curious.
Well, and you're right, I was not 100% listening, but I heard him mention that level is pretty much at one point, but if you link all those points together, it'll form the curvature of the Earth, and that's pretty consistent with my understanding. Level is basically perpendicular to the center of the Earth. So, like for instance, the oceans of the Earth are all level, and so on and so forth. So. Generally, that sounds pretty accurate.
So in other words, we can't have a table in your world. We can't have a level table, right? Because it's only level at one point. You see how this extrapolates into reality? Single point geometry, I call this. So you have to think level. In other words, you can't level your basketball court.
Of course you can.
Level.
Well, yeah, you see, we've talked about like over 100 feet. That drop is only like 0.02 of an inch. If you had a 100-foot pad that's level to the center of it, you couldn't take a water level and find it to be out of level on the ends. There's not enough there to detect with a spirit level.
Then how do you know it does it?
Would only say that it has to.
How'd you measure it?
You can go longer, like slack. You'll get a.
That's a good answer.
You go longer, and you get a value that shows that it's not level, even though it's flat as a pancake, flattest thing, straightest thing in the universe. The ends are not level.
Yeah, hold on, Zanuck. Ricky, I don't know if you heard. They have a method to measure curving water. Daryl.
Oh, finally, thank God. Tool and method, sir, please. Post it in the chat so we'll have a record of it. You're going to be the first.
It's already posted. Just scroll up at my most recent post. You can see the post to the main surveyor debate.
Yeah, you're familiar with it, Rocky. It's the main surveyor, and I know that y'all rejected that, and I just wondered what were the grounds of rejecting these findings.
Yeah, you've heard it. Come on, man. No one's done what I've asked them to do. Establish. You listening, Daryl? Make sure you didn't go on. Can you hear me?
No, he's just presenting this. He's not
And
familiar
left
that
lane,
it's been in the
left lane.
argument, and
Yeah, we heard
I'm
you, left
just
lane.
I'm just
Yeah, we
trying to
heard
help
you.
it along. He's not going to
Yeah, you're not
address
helping.
yours.
I'm
He
asking
wants you to
a
address
question. You're
his.
cutting in. Yeah, I'm asking Daryl a question. You're cutting in. You're not helping at all. Mr. Daryl, you there?
Yes, I'm here.
What tool and method could we use to establish a horizontal line and then extend that horizontal line over distance?
I'm not sure. I guess a plumb bob will work. I'm not sure. I'm not a surveyor, man. That's not what I do.
That's a great answer. Nice talking to you.
Right.
So, what do you think about the main surveyor's video that he posted up there?
I think he's using an optical tool way longer than possible and calculating in a refraction perspective, tool error and human error, and then what's left he's calling it Earth curve, which I think is bullshit. Was that quick and explicit enough for you?
Right.
So, what's the limit? What's the
Can
distance
we get
limit
him
on a
in here?
theodolite?
Yeah, can we get him in here and have him say he calculates it too, or is he going to say it's a measurement? Because
No,
no one
what
here is saying it's a measurement. Everybody's
I've got
saying it's.
I've just got a question,
Left lane,
man.
hold on, bro. Let's do this civil, like, right? This
Yeah,
is
go
for
ahead.
Daryl, right? This is for Daryl mainly. Because we've been through this before, right?
Yeah,
Now,
no, but I
Daryl
mean,
thinks
it's like
yeah.
deviating from the conversation and going off on the tangent instead of like addressing the specifics of the main surveyor's observation.
Not
No,
really.
bro,
I
I
just
brought him in so he
basically.
can explain, because Rakia is experienced in this. He can explain in technical terms to Daryl what this thing is all about. And he said, and Rakia said exactly what I said. It's a visual thing. It's far away, and you can't represent drop as curve. Rakia basically said the same thing as I did.
It's not only a visual thing that most of the time shows drop. It's a visual thing that sometimes shows a rise, which should tell everyone with half a brain that it's not physical, it's optical. If you can't understand that as slow as I'm talking, then don't address me.
Curious. What do you do for a living?
Play craps, poker.
So you're not a professional surveyor.
I don't have a surveying certificate, no, sir. But professional is a loose term because I make money surveying. Is that what you're asking?
Guys, are you a professional surveyor?
Define it. I just answered you. So obviously you didn't think my answer was good enough. So can you define professional? Okay, let me define it so we don't waste time. I would define a professional surveyor someone that makes money surveying. Someone with a certificate of surveying can also be a professional, but doesn't have to be. You understand the difference? I do not, never have, probably never will, and never have claimed to have a certificate of surveying. I use surveying every day. I'm headed home right now. It'll take me 2 hours to get there. And guess what I'm going to do? And then after I do it, I usually have surveyors, depending on the project, come in behind me and check my work. I hope that's clear enough.
So what
If not,
devices do you use for surveying?
yeah, if my surveying work isn't good enough or up to par, they won't give me approval on the project. I don't get paid.
So what devices do
All
you
right, what's
use for
the
surveying?
main surveyor thing that we're supposed to be going over here? Is it his reciprocal zenith angles, or is it time where he put two measuring tools at the same height and they were at different, the crosshairs were at different spots?
They're
Or
referring
is it the
to
one where he set one of his theodolites up upside down and didn't know it until we pointed it out?
yeah. I
So
wonder if Daryl is familiar with that.
what devices do you use for surveying, Rakia?
Sorry,
Brother,
are
I
we
didn't
going
hear
over his reciprocal zenith angle measurement?
you. I don't know what they're going over.
What
They're saying the main surveyor measured Earth
exactly?
curve.
Sorry, maybe I wasn't talking into the mic enough. Rakia, what devices do you use for surveying when you do surveying?
We have auto levels, auto lasers, theodolites. I've used the water level tool before. but that's not really practical in everyday use. It takes more time, but it's just as accurate or more.
So are you speaking in general, or are you saying that these are all the things that you use?
We use
Well, listen, I'm asking you
levels, bubble
specifically.
levels. We use
Not we. What devices do you use? You, Rakia.
I just answered you
What's
like
that?
3 times, dude. I listen. That's all the tools that I use personally on.
You're breaking up, man. I can't understand you. I can't understand you, man. I can't understand you. It's breaking up really bad.
You're not listening, huh? You're not listening?
You're breaking up. You broke up there. He said he used all those tools, Daryl. Is that clear? He's familiar and he's used all those tools that he named you. Auto level, theodolite, water level.
So to make sure, it sounds to me like you do like construction, like that's
We
your
don't
main
really
job.
use total stations and what.
Like we can't hear you again, man.
It's too bad you're breaking up, Rakia. It's too bad.
Okay, can I just ask what main surveyor's thing we're talking about exactly here?
The one where he measured drop, and they claim that drop is curve. That is how Daryl came into this conversation, and we started talking about it.
Is
they
your
claim
You just measure drop?
Go ahead, Daryl.
I guess I'm just trying to see if Rakia's mic is fixed. I guess he's working on it.
I mean, I'd like to just point out that one time the main surveyor had two instruments at the same height, and the crosshairs were on different. The crosshairs didn't line up on the same object in the distance. So I'm not even sure if that guy's competent or not. Honestly.
Yeah. Did you know about that, Daryl?
I'm not aware of that.
Yeah, you should look into this guy more before you use him as a reference, is all I'm saying.
Yeah, he claims to be a licensed professional, is what he claims to be.
Yet he can't set up two instruments next to each other.
B-Ball claims to be a person who's refueled the SR-71. People make a lot of claims here on the internet.
I'm glad you got your mic fixed, man. I guess what I want to ask Rakia was, it sounds like you do some kind of construction or something in general, and then sometimes you level stuff. Is that a correct understanding?
Every day we level stuff. Yeah, we're in construction. Yes, sir. We use planar methods to set a horizontal and then measure rise over run from that if we need a slope. If not, we just make things horizontal.
Like on the construction site, like when you I don't know, making a building wall or something,
Yes, that's
like
where construction makes.
Right. So what's the longest distance arranged with that you have to level something?
I assure you it was greater than 1 point, right?
Yeah,
Rakia?
you'd have to go farther. You'd have to go farther out because level just measures horizontal up until you have to get pretty far out before it deviates, right? Is that why you're asking him that?
I'm literally just like the idea seemed to be that from SC Montreal that Rakia is the expert on this subject here, and he'll be able to inform me. So I'm just trying to understand what his expertise is. It sounds like his expertise is actually construction, and he does leveling sometimes as a part of his construction job. But in typical flat earth fashion, it's sort of being framed like he's a professional surveyor, and I don't buy that.
When did I say that once? I can assure you, Daryl, I can assure you he knows way more about this than me and you. I can actually bet you on that.
He probably
So
can, but
I
I'm not
don't see
convinced he knows
what
more
you're.
than the main
Hold
surveyor.
on, hold on.
So,
I'm not finished, bro. I'm not finished. He does this every day for a living. So I thought you would listen to a man that does this every day for a living, but obviously I was mistaken. You're trying to ridicule this man and his expertise. So, okay,
no,
bro, that's, yeah.
this is the common flat Earth bait and switch, where he's not a construction worker that has a surveyor. He's a professional surveyor. That's what he does. But I understand that that's what flat earthers do. People work in construction and have to level sometimes, and all of a sudden they are professional surveyors because they work in advertising and they have to do something on the computer, so now they are a professional programmer. Flat earthers currently that that's logical for you all, but it's not for me. He is not a professional surveyor. The main surveyor is. I don't do surveying. I
You don't
listen
know
to the
that.
main surveyor before I listen to him. So that's the way that goes.
Yeah.
Sir, let me hold on, Rakia. Sir, let me tell you what happened here. You came in with a video claiming that you had proof of Earth curve. I then proceeded to question you on the method. You had no idea what method he used, how he did it, right? And then you just proposed to come in with a video, and you have the gall that to tell a man that does this for a living every day that he doesn't know what
Again,
he's talking about. Like,
he doesn't do it for a
you're
living.
very disingenuous, Daryl. Very,
Flat
very
earthers don't think
disingenuous.
that way. And we could disagree to disagree. I mean, to me, that seems insincere or at least delusional to think that you're a construction worker and you do leveling sometimes as a part of that, and you call yourself a professional surveyor. That's
I
either
didn't call
delusional or
myself a
dishonest.
professional, sir.
Yes, you did.
I
It's
never
recorded on the
called
stream.
myself a
Yes, you
professional.
did.
No, I
Yes, you
did
did.
not.
You
I
said,
said
how do
I
I?
make money.
You,
Yeah. Now you're gonna
exactly.
argue about this
It-
bullshit?
It's,
You're full of
it's
shit,
on the
man.
screen recorded, man. It's
I
on the screen
defined it.
recorded.
They let him
Hey,
get it out. Let's not,
yeah.
Daryl,
It's
go on
okay,
mute
dude.
and let Rakia speak, and then you can speak in turn, please.
It's okay, man. When someone says they make a living doing surveying and have surveyors come back behind them and then claim they're not certified, but they do make a living doing it, and they claim that's what they're saying, like that's to me, that's what a professional would be. If I'm a professional poker player, it means I'm making my living playing poker.
I hear you, man.
Professional
So
poker player.
we'll just disagree on that, man. That's fine. But I
Yeah,
think
you can just go to hell when you start mocking what I do for a living. How about that?
so good. You're a construction worker. You're
Yeah.
not a surveyor. So that's totally different. So
So am
yeah,
I a professional construction worker?
that's what I heard you say. You do construction and you have to level stuff sometimes. Unless that wasn't true. If
Do
you do
construction
construction
workers use
and
these
sometimes
tools?
you level, you're not a
Well, you can
professional
call it what you
surveyor.
want.
Those are two different
You can
things.
call it what you want,
But
but don't
I,
claim
I
my
I have
claim
better
to be
things
a
to do
Okay,
than
surveyor.
do
okay.
this word game stuff.
Can you
I have
Disingenuous.
just
better
let
things to do than do this word game stuff. I was getting my little thing set up that I was about to do. I'm about to go do that. I'm not playing this word game,
Get
bait
the
and
hell
switch. I'm
out
a
of here, man.
professional this.
Get the
I
hell
am.
out of here,
Yeah,
Daryl.
All
Hey,
right, all
Daryl,
right. So have a
get
good
the hell
day
out
then,
of here, man.
Daryl. Don't come in here and try to play high and mighty with us, please. Don't do that.
Don't think I'm gonna let you step all over my good name, sir. Just get the hell out, man. You can call me what you want. This is what I told you I do every day. I'm going right now in 2 hours. I just had to take a phone call by guess who? A surveyor that's going to come behind this project. It's funny enough that while I was talking to you, a surveyor calls me that I had to go take this call.
Hey, can I
I
stick
think
up
he
for you,
left,
Rakia,
Rakia.
real quick?
I think he
Can I
left.
stick up for you? Can I stick up for Rakia real quick? Rakia, you is probably a damn good construction guy. Got a lot of technology and knowledge and surveying, knowledge and building, knowledge in determining something being flat. I have no doubt that you are competent in your profession. What we are talking about here, and this is I want to bridge the gap between both of you because I hear what he's
We're
saying. I hear
talking
what you're
about a
saying.
piece of crap.
I
We're talking
know,
about
but
a guy named
let me just.
Daryl coming
Can
in
I?
here and telling
I'm
me
sticking
I'm
up for you,
disingenuous for
being
saying I'm a
knowledgeable. I
professional
trust your
surveyor.
knowledge. I would trust you to come to my house or even a large area and do what you say you do without question. It would be done correct, true, and correct.
That's
And you would be
awesome.
very.
And you should have
Hold on,
stepped in and
and
told Daryl
let
to
me
go
just.
piss
Can I just
off.
finish? Can I just finish my little compliment to you?
Yeah,
So
keep
I
it
would be
short.
confident. There wouldn't
Please
be.
keep it.
Let me finish my sentence. So I would be willing to bet that people, surveyors, would be coming to check your work, check the work that you did, or maybe approve, that it all would be true and correct. No question about it. What we are talking about, that you don't do anything over a mile. You don't do anything. Special expertise in earth curvature. That's what we're saying. What you're doing
There's
is
no
not is
professional
completely
expertise in
independent,
that.
and reciprocal zenith angles can find small nuanceable, small changes in with respect to level, 1,000 feet, 1,200 feet, quarter mile type of things, and you will detect. Now, will it be a factor in any kind of building?
That's
But
not
it
a
is
survey
measurable.
method, sir.
Okay, I try to help and try to like compliment you. You don't even want that. So I think you
You've
guys know
been
what I'm
talking
saying.
for 5 minutes, bro.
Well, there's a
Reciprocal
lot of
zenith
material to go
angles.
over. I had to compliment you and talk about the things that you're
Hey,
out of
let
your
him
scope of
answer.
knowledge.
Danik, for the love of
We
God,
heard
quit it.
Reciprocal zenith angle measurements are not a surveying method done by surveyors, sir. Thank you. Don't believe me? Just call up any certified surveyor that's a professional and ask them how many times they've done reciprocal zenith angles to determine anything. Get back with me on that.
I just got done telling you it doesn't matter. I agree completely. They do not use reciprocal zenith angles in any way, shape, or form. I agree with you. And I'm talking quickly. I'm speaking quickly here because I want you to get the point clear and concise that what you do, what professional surveyors do not involve earth curvature. In a very, very small set of examples probably would have to be brought to the that do incorporate those kind of concerns. But 99% of all the things that you do and other surveys do have nothing to do with earth curvature. So you're talking about
Okay.
something.
Can I get in, Rakia, please?
Go ahead, Jim.
All right, let me get in real quick. Can you guys hear me? All right, since
Yep.
this isn't a surveying method, and surveyors don't even do this, then who cares if the guy going over it is a surveyor or not?
Nobody.
Nobody.
I felt like that was a big thing. Just now that Rakia wasn't a surveyor and you guys were trying to go over the reciprocal zenith angle measurements. I don't know. Maybe I missed part of it.
No, this is
Let's
all
all
about
relax, though.
Daryl. Bro, this is all about Daryl coming in, claiming that he had a method to measure curve, right? And we went through and I go to him, that doesn't sound too, But hey, when
Yeah.
Rakia comes in, we'll let him have a go at it because that's what he does for a living, right? And somehow Daryl took that as Rakia is a pro, or I don't know, he took it the wrong way or something. I don't know.
They act like you got to have a certified. I don't think they understand. If you hired me to do a construction project for you, and we went out on site, the first thing we do is get out the theodolites.
Of course you do.
Okay, can I ask
thing
though,
here is-
Rakia? Let me ask.
Oh boy.
Hold on. Let me ask Rakia. A question real quick. If you set up two of your instruments and look like 9 miles away or something, or miles away, would the crosshairs be on different spots?
Probably.
Why? Are your
Because
tools
you're
not
looking
calibrated?
9 miles through them. Well, you have human and tool error for one. So the longer the distance, just with that, they're not going to meet. If everything's perfect, everything's calibrated perfect, everything's set up perfect, there's no errors, which is impossible. They could not meet because of like many different reasons of how optics work, how we see over distance. Through an optic 9 miles, all you got to do is move them closer, where you have
If
more
you were looking
measurement.
say you were looking 90 feet away, they would definitely be on the same spot.
I don't know. I've never done it. I mean, surveyors don't do it. The problem is setting up the instrument to the exact height of the other one. You understand what I'm saying? Like, there's no way to. How do you know that? I mean, you can measure it with a tape, I guess, and then shoot off into the distance. It has to be just perfectly aligned.
You're looking at the width of that line in your third line, and you're looking not at 90 feet, which you wouldn't be able to see anything. And Jeremy's question was valid, But if you did 1,200 feet, this 16 arc seconds, which has a mean distribution of values, you did multiple days, multiple measurements, anywhere between 12 and 24 or something arc second, but it always was positive, and it always was a reciprocal zenith angle would indicate that the surface was actually beneath.
No, no, it doesn't. It just
So you're
means you
disagreeing. So they
average.
did a test, full details, raw data, all produced here, and you're just ignoring.
Are you talking about angle change?
I'm cool. I'm drinking, dude. I'm gonna get irritated in a minute.
Rakia in SG Montreal, since he's passing, it seems like y'all were trying to sneak in some kind of debate earlier when I was just sharing a link of a topic I'm not wanting to cover. The SC Montreal and Rakia, do y'all want to debate me?
I don't know what you're talking about, dude.
What are you
Can
talking
we
about?
can we
You're talking about
conclude the
earlier
vote?
with all these questions about surveying and stuff and trying to press me for questions. Were you trying to sneak in the debate? Are you interested in debating me?
Dude, I'm not
Not in
even
the least
interested
bit.
in
The
talking to
last
you.
thing I would want to do is debate you.
Okay, thank
Yeah.
you then.
Talk to you later, man. See you later. So when we talk about angle change,
I'll
it doesn't
debate you.
need anybody. When we're talking about angle change, that's what we're talking about, dipping down. We don't see that, of course, because the Earth is so big, even if it is a sphere. Very simple. So we're not going to see the angle change. But when we see an object that's so close on this huge sphere that's obstructed, and it's not due to angle change, it's not tipping over, it's not tipping down, but it's still bottom up obstructed, he said refraction, which is a good answer. But to deny that would happen over a flat plane is the problem, because you're actually saying it's happening over a portion of the Earth that's so short that you can't measure it to be curving anyway, which would mean it's a plane. So over a flat plane, you can have bottom up obstruction caused by refraction. Thank you.
And Daryl, by the way, you came in asking us for potential demonstrations. Remember, of what you can do, and one of them was the
That's right.
water. Yeah. So nobody. I don't know why you're accusing us of anything.
Well, the reason being is because the first day you asked me that, I sent you that link saying, "Look, I'm not really interested in that. So Ashford already did it. I'm interested to talk about something else." I came in today and I was like, "Hey, this is going to take more time than I was expecting. I don't mind, still sticking with it." And you brought it up again, and you're asking me to explain the experiment when I've already said that's not my expertise. Main surveyor did that. And then Rakia is asking me, "Oh, well, how do you do this with surveying?" I've already said I don't do that. So it started to seem like, oh, maybe these
I
two
didn't
guys
ask you
trying to
that.
sneak in some kind of debate. It's on
I
the
didn't ask
recording
you
is on the
anything
screen.
about. I
The
didn't
recording
ask
is on
you
the screen.
anything about surveying.
Yes, you asked me how to make a level or something. I was like maybe a plumb or something. I'm not sure how to do that. He was like, "Oh, the recording is on the screen. It's all there." So I just say anybody can click back and see it. Good. I just
Why would
wanted to
I
just
ask you
get
anything
it
about
straight. I just
surveying?
wanted to get it straight that if you did
Yeah,
want
you
to
got it
debate,
straight.
we can make that happen. So, but apparently y'all don't. So that's cool.
No, but
You're
it's the
gonna
way you're
debate us
coming in and
about
like accuse.
surveying?
I would love to debate you, bro. I would love to.
He's not a
I've already
Anytime.
told
surveyor.
you what you can do, Brian.
He
Before I
doesn't
speak
know
with you
anything
again,
about surveying. Why would he debate anybody about
I didn't say
surveying?
about surveying.
What are you
I
talking
said
about? You
Oh,
told
debate.
me.
okay. All right. My mistake.
Wait, he just said he told me what I could do. What are you talking about? What do you want me to do?
We talked about that on the last time when me and you were talking. With me, you, and who was it? G can't remember the other guy's name. Jeffrey. I'll let you all know the
Your
steps you can
voice
take
sounds
before
familiar.
I'm
I'll be
interested
honest.
in speaking with you again.
Your voice does sound familiar. I'll be honest.
Oh,
If I get
I
anything
said
to
the
offend you,
last time I was here and we were talking, me, you, and
yeah.
I guess that was Jeffrey. I'll let you all know the next thing y'all can do if you want to speak with me.
Well, if I offended you somehow, I apologize. Usually, I'm the guy who digs stuff up and posts all everything. I'm usually the idiot in the background trying to do all your research for you. Apologize if I offended you. If you change your mind on
Well, I
debates
appreciate it.
anytime.
Yeah, well, I appreciate it. And by the way,
I
just for the
enjoyed the
record,
debate, bro. To be honest, I do enjoy the debate. I try to come correct in the debates. I try not to make wild, crazy claims. I try to, match the energy of my opponent and stuff. If you watch a couple of my debates, man, as long as people are calm and it's reasonable, I try to bring it right. Try to answer questions as best as I can. You know, give you different
Brian, why do you
possibilities.
think the light disappears when you get low to the water over 400 feet?
well, if I can, Ricky,
Well,
if me
can't
and
be us,
Brian can
sir.
finish real fast, so we change the subject. And Flutter Brian, to be fair, I appreciate that. To me, I feel we're square. The problem is the problem with me is not. But I mean, SC Montreal knows. I mean, we've gone back and forth, and I say what's on my mind, and I don't mind people telling me what's on their mind either. I think the issue I had with that conversation was y'all were not really telling me. It was like, um, that didn't happen, or you didn't see that. I'm like, what am I?
G'day.
Are you telling me I'm lying?
That's
Well,
negative.
it's
That's
just
not lying
wrong. I'm like,
denying
well, did I
anything.
see it? And then you wasn't really telling me. It was just like some kind of nebulous, it's like what's going on. So, um, yeah, I would rather somebody just be direct and let me know. I think you're lying. Okay, well, we could talk about, okay, what's your evidence of that? Or I think you're mistaken. Okay, then we could talk about that. But just
I don't even know what you're talking
I,
about, dude. Are you talking about the
I'm
video that
talking
you
I
to
posted?
vaguely remember, man.
Brian.
I
I was
vaguely
talking to
remember, man. And
Brian.
Oh,
there wasn't a
okay.
lot
I
of
was trying to
people.
talk to Brian too. I asked him a specific question.
We were in the middle
I
of a
didn't hear you.
conversation when you asked him a question about something else. That's why I said if you would just let us finish, because we were literally going back and forth just then.
Oh, I did hear you actually. Real quick, over 400 feet, it's supposed to be like right at a millimeter of earth curve, but a light does disappear or can. I mean, I don't know if it does every time, but I've seen it happen at 2 inches. But yeah, I think I remember. I think I recall, man. And yeah, it was a lot of people in here and stuff, man. And I maybe not get a chance to explain. To try to be careful with my claims, but yeah, I appreciate it, man. I got thick skin and shit, so I appreciate that in return.
Seemed like a cool guy, Daryl. I had a cousin called Daryl once. He was a good guy too.
Thanks, man. I appreciate it.
It's tough to debate people who with a lot of good questions and stuff. It's like, wait a minute, I got questions too, dude. I get caught up trying to answer sometimes and stuff, and with other people going back and forth, yeah, it does get a little hectic around here. That's a good thing, man. At least we got people to bring it.